Hey, this is Mike with the Quality Sportsman. Today we are learning how I use the shot timer to get better at pistol and rifle shooting. Let's go. All right, so I had a good friend of mine, Christopher. He texted me, said, hey, can you show me how you use that shot timer, that little beepy thing in your videos? And I was so excited that he asked because I've really been loving my shot timer lately and finding new ways to use it to train and make myself faster and more effective as a shooter recreationally and competitively. So we're gonna go through the basics of the shot timer itself, and then we're gonna go through some training drills that I've been using to get faster at pistol and rifle shooting. I have a Competition Electronics shot timer. I think this was about 150 bucks. It's a pretty simple piece of equipment. And I believe a lot of shot timers have the same features and functions. I do not think this one is special. In fact, on my last DMR match that I was shooting, we were all provided with Kestrel shot timers. They are awesome, and that is a really awesome shot timer with a lot more features than this has, but it does come at a premium price tag of about 300 bucks, so double this. I really think that any shot timer on the market is going to serve you well. Let's talk about why and the basic features and functions behind it. So the first thing is, obviously it beeps, and that tells you when to start shooting, whatever drill you're gonna do. The thing that I really like about the shot timer is the delayed beep that it provides. If you are doing it yourself, you can hit the shot timer and it will pick a random amount of time before it beeps, and now you're on the clock. That's really nice when you are training yourself like I am out here. You can hit the button, get in your ready stance, and as soon as it beeps, draw and go. So that's the first thing. Next thing is the par time. If you want to set a set amount of time, there it was. That was the 10-second par time that I have set up for the shot timer right now. So if you want to do a drill within a certain amount of time, later on I'll show you the 10-second drill that I do for rifle positional shooting. You can set that par time and that will give you a backstop. This specific shot timer continues to clock your shots as you shoot even past that par time. So I just leave mine set at 10 seconds. A lot of the drills I do are around 10 seconds or as quick as possible, but you can go ahead and usually change the par time in your shot timer or just not even have one. The main function of the shot timer is that it actually picks up your shots each time you break a shot. You can set the sensitivity of the audio pickup for this, which is important if there are other shooters in different pistol bays or you're at a competition where there's other stages going on. Also, if you're shooting suppressed, you're gonna have to turn that sensitivity up and then be aware that you're bolt slamming forward or doing a mag change or even bumping into something will set this off. I could snap my fingers and clock shots on here if it's sensitive enough. The shot timer itself will give you splits of the exact time relative to the start time that each shot broke, and that is really handy. A lot of times I'll be training time to first shot or 2 shots, and I want to see how quick that follow-up shot is, especially on pistol. It's really important. Break that first shot, get back on target, and break the second shot. So I'll do a lot of like double tap type drills like that and check my my speed relative to each shot. That's about it as far as main features and functions go. I'm sure there's a lot of different shot timers that have a lot of different features, but to me, these are the core ones that I use on my basic shot timer here. And I think those are sufficient enough to understand and to go ahead and train effectively out here by yourself on the range. Okay, so now I'm gonna go through a few different drills that I would normally do. I'm actually training live on camera here. I've got a fresh, clean target. It's a pretty generous target, but that's okay. I've got it spray painted and I'm going to be watching where my impacts are for each shot. The first thing that I'm gonna do is simply from the holstered position, I am going to do a few drills of draw and shoot, and I'm only going to count it in my head as a success if that round is in the center of the target. So let's go ahead and see how it looks. All right. So my first shot, oh, see, even right there, just the clip slamming against it registered a new shot. So my time was 2.69 for the first shot. As you can see, it's right in the A zone, which is a good shot for me. That's pretty slow, and that's one of the reasons I'm out here training this, is because I'm new to shooting a red dot, and I'm still getting used to acquiring that dot. It's a little bit harder for the initial acquisition to find the dot than traditional iron sights. I do like it a lot more than iron sights, but sometimes I can struggle to actually find that dot, which is what was happening there. So I'm gonna do a couple more. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's try it again. .11, still a little slow. .77, getting a little better. .54. I don't really have much to base it off of, but for me, that's pretty good. So now I'm going to transition to another drill where I need 2 shots in the A zone. See how long that takes. .35. Let's see if I can show you here what I'm talking about. Might be tough. Okay, so as you can see up in the top right corner, you can see the time for my first shot, which is 1.84, and then you can see the split, which is the additional time it took me for that second shot, which is 0.51. Now for me, that's pretty good. Unfortunately, the shots were pretty terrible. So I am never going to just go based off just the time. I'm also going to go off the combination of the time and the accuracy. So I'm going to run this drill a few more times until I can have under 2 seconds for 2 shots within the A zone. Okay, 1.98. That was pretty good. It could be a little more accurate. All right, that was pretty terrible. Let's do it again. All right, that was 2.53, but I feel pretty good about those shots. So actually, I'm going to record that as my fastest time for 2 acceptable shots in the A zone today at about 10 yards. What's critical is that you actually keep track. I'm going to go ahead and write this down in my range book after this so that I can have something to track against. If you just go based off of feelings, if you change off the drills, you may not know if you're actually getting better or not. So that's one way I use the shot timer. Let's take a look at a couple others. Okay, got my mags reloaded. Now I'm going to show you another drill I would do. If you're fortunate enough to be at a range that has something like a plate rack, you can simply go from the draw position, from the holster position, and see how long it takes you to get the plate rack. And it's really fun because you can't just go too fast. You have to make sure they're good shots. You really want to not miss. So it's a good way to force you to be fast, but also force you to be accurate and find that good mix of how fast can you go for your skill level and not miss. All right, that was 5.9 seconds, which is actually really good for me. I know I'm kind of close here, about 10 yards. I did miss one. I'm gonna run it again, see if I can match or beat my score. Guys, I just wanted to do kind of like a quick gear spotlight. I love the Shadow 2. That's going to be its own review. This has really taken my shooting to the next level. I really love red dot. This is my first pistol with a red dot. I was a slow adopter. This Holosun competition red dot mount is really awesome. I mean, I never would have been able to run that plate in 5.5 seconds with my old gun on iron sights. I really like that red dot. I still feel like I'm getting used to it, but man, when that dot's there, you break the shot and you get a hit. So love it. If you haven't made the transition to a red dot yet, give it a shot. I do not think you'll be disappointed. All right, actually, let me move back a little bit, make this a little more challenging. That felt too easy, and it can't be because I'm getting so good. All right, that was interesting. I never missed, but 2 plates did require 2 hits. I was hitting low, so let's go ahead and try it again and see if I can run it clean. Man, that was rough. This is exactly why I do this with the shot timer. If I was just not on the clock trying to get those plates down, I would probably think, oh, pretty good. I got them all down pretty quickly. But until you know that 10.25 seconds is terrible time, I don't know how many shots that was, 10 shots to get the whole plate rack down. Now I have a frame of reference because I know what my good score is, which is 5.5. I know it's a little closer, but I'll count it the same. So this is just one way that I have learned over the course of this past year to hold myself accountable, get on the clock. You're never moving as fast as you think you are, or rarely. So get on the clock, do drills like this. Let's go ahead and look at one more drill with the pistol, and then we'll transition to the rifle to see how I use the timer there. All right, now I don't really shoot a lot of 3-gun matches that are, pistol shooting in a bay like this, but I want to train like I do. I want to train those fundamentals just in case I ever want to do that. I would hate to show up and suck when I could have been training. And I do think some of those fundamentals make you a better shooter overall. So I'm going to show one drill where I'm actually going to shoot from one position, move to another, and then shoot again. So I'm actually using these 2 steel plate setups here as kind of like a wall or barricade or something. And I'll be shooting at the full size human target, the steel IPSC downrange. And let's see how that goes. Okay, so that feels a little funny, but you got to get used to keeping your muzzle downrange, transitioning quickly and safely. Let's try it again. Oh, slipped in the mud, but kept it alive. 5.4 seconds, not bad. And I can see that it only took me 2.98, so 3 seconds to move and get my second shot off, which, isn't that bad. All right, so those are just a few ways that you can train with a shot timer. I've kind of broken down and I am training, individual fundamental skills, draw, time to first shot, time to second shot, things like that, all while training accuracy. You can take this as far as you want to go, building out a whole stage for yourself, a lot of different barricades. You can do different positions. You can do mag changes, things like that if you want to get really fast at mag changes. What I think is important is that at least for some of them, you write down the drill, you keep it consistent, and track your time from week to week. For very simple things like the 1 or the 2 shot on the steel, if it's kind of standard, you can remember it, you can know what a good time is for yourself. But it's with doing multiple drills each time you come out, I really recommend that you write it down, track to it. You'll get better over time. So let's head to the rifle range and see what kind of drills we can do there. All right, so here I was just running basic 10-second drills, which means I gave myself 10 seconds to get the first shot off. And that was really critical on this tank trap, which is a wobbly barricade. And I was shooting at 700 yards, which is uphill here in the mountains at my home range. So that was pretty difficult. I have been shooting a lot of AR-15 matches lately, and I was really struggling to get back into the groove as far as building positions with the heavy bolt gun. Now I transitioned to a 2-positional drill where I still want to get my first shot off within 10 seconds, but then I moved to the second point on the tank trap and was shooting to get my second shot off within another 10 seconds. All right, folks, well, as you saw there, I lost audio towards the end, but the methodology on the rifle side was simple, basically the same as a pistol. I was using it for 10-second drills, getting that first shot off in 10 seconds. And then I was using it for 2-shot drills, first shot in 10 seconds, change positions, moving to the second shot and trying to get that off within the next 10 seconds. The shot timer helps keep you honest with all of these for telling you exactly when you're breaking your shot. You can set the par time as long as you would like. I kept mine on 10 seconds for the video, but you can set it to 90 seconds. You can set it to 1:20, depending on what you're training for. You know, anything. You can build any type of drill off of this basic principle. So no need to beat a dead horse. You get the point of why I like the shot timer and how I use it to train. So I hope you found this video valuable. If you did, go ahead and like the video, please. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, as we got a lot more content coming out soon. Send me an email, mike@qualitysportsman.com, for what other videos you'd like to see. Thanks, and we'll see you next time on The Quality Sportsman.